Justin Trudeau's open and transparent government has obstructed so many access filings that the Information Commissioner has had to increase the legal budget. The Office of the Information Commissioner, tasked with intervening in delayed, challenged, and otherwise ignored requests for document disclosures, has had to increase spending on lawyers internally within the department, as first detailed by Blacklock's reporter during her recent testimony before the Commons Ethics Committee. Commissioner Carolyn Maynard said that, quote, some government institutions now routinely violate this law on a daily basis. She also said that Canadians don't trust governments. Maynard told MPs that in 2022, she issued 157 binding orders to compel the release of documents being withheld by federal agencies in contravention of Canada's information laws. Of those 157 orders, the feds challenged 9 of them and completely ignored a 10th. According to Maynard, the worst offenders were the Privy Council Office, the RCMP, the Department of Immigration, the Department of National Defence, and the Library and Archives Canada. Now, I can attest to much of this. Rebel News recently received an access return 7.5 years overdue on a March 2016 access filing with the Department of National Defense about a mosque being built at CFB Meaford for Syrian refugees. The department took a 60-day delay in May 2016 and then dropped the file until I just received it a couple of days ago, October 2023. It also took 6 years and an appeal to the Information Commissioner to get the Privy Council to turn over documents relating to the carbon tax and the competitive disadvantage it would put the Canadian economy in without similar action being taken in the United States.
And so you've got another thing that businesses are going to have to contend with at the border in order to adjust for this perceived subsidy in the other place. Now, make it even more complicated, we're going to have different prices between provinces. As if the interprovincial trade issue wasn't hard enough, now we're going to have to do border adjustment taxes when a product moves from a low carbon cost province to a high carbon cost province. Now, again, the government says we're going to find ways to give you remissions and rebates, and we've done this through the HST, et cetera, et cetera. But, if you're a small and medium-sized enterprise, you've already got so many pieces of paper on your desk that you're trying to work your way through. It is just another burden making it harder.
It took 5 years and a complaint to the Commissioner's office to get the Canadian Food Inspection Agency to turn over access documents relating to Product of Israel labels on imported wines being changed after an anti-Israel activist complained about the labeling. That 2017 request was finally returned in December 2022. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in 2015 promised a more open and transparent government through changes to the access to information laws, opening up cabinet ministers' offices to more inquiries without protections of cabinet confidentiality. Trudeau, of course, reneged on that promise in 2016. To support Rebel News' oft-delayed access to information filings, subsequent appeals, and ongoing research costs, please visit rebelinvestigates.com. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. One of the best ways that we can hold the government to account for the things they do and say behind closed doors is through access to information filing. However, we don't rely on Justin Trudeau to keep the lights on here at Rebel News or to support our work. We rely on you at home. So if you'd like to make a donation to offset our research costs, please consider making a donation at rebelinvestigates.com.